Hey guys, hey Pitmaster here. I'm gonna go over talk about the weekend a little bit and some other stuff going on. Let's go over this weekend. Had a good time in New Jersey. Interesting fights. Uh, our guy Steve Seiler won. Very good fight. Very a grueling fight. Um, he's he had to overcome some adversity in the second round to come back in the third and win. Fought a really tough guy, really strong guy. Looked like a really big 45er. Looked like a 55er easy. Um, but Seiler just kept us cool, kept his punches good, kept his ground, kept his positioning on on the top, on the ground. Really good tie clinch. Did some damage with his knees. So it was a really good fight. Um, so really proud of him. Jason did a really good job working with him for that fight and just in general. So it was a great fight that way. Um, and then he found out he's going to be a dad that day too. So it was a pretty big day for Super Steve Seiler. So I'm proud of him and I'm glad. Leonard Garcia, my favorite fighter, lost again. I think it's 5 in a row or something. 6. He's still my favorite brawler. Two girls fought, Sarah McMahon, Sheila Gaff. Could have been a good fight, but then Sarah's just such a good wrestler, like a gold, silver medalist or something in the Olympics. So she just basically took her down and pounded her in the first round. Kind of weird fight with Vellante and Pancru, or Saint Crew. Has a French name, I don't know how to say it, but I mean, it was a close fight. Could have gone either way. And then in the third round, Vellante gets poked in the eye, and the ref runs over to him like 2 seconds after it happened and said, "Can you see out that eye?" And he said, "No, of course you can't see when you just get poked." So he stopped it. He didn't say, "Okay, well you got 5 minutes," or you got a whatever. He just stopped the fight, and he lost. You don't go to the scorecards if you get blatantly fouled. I mean, an accidental headbutt when two guys' heads come together, yeah, it's even, so you go to the scorecards. Who's winning? One guy, the guy that's ahead can win the fight. But if it's when it's a blatant eye poke, I mean, how can you lose after getting fouled? That's really bizarre. That opens the door for all kind of crazy shit. I mean, the guy can be ahead in the third round. He doesn't want to go to the fourth or fifth. They say it's a title fight. So he just freaking headbutts the guy, cuts him open, and they go to the scorecard and he's going to win? I mean, it's freaking stupid. It's ridiculous. I mean, that rule opens the door for just anyone wanting to get out of the fight if he knows he's ahead, but he's probably getting tired or something. So he just fouls the guy, jabs him in the eye or something, and knowing that they'll go to the scorecards, that should not happen. That was really, really stupid and really, I'm not going to say poor reffing because I think that is the rule. Local guy Yancy Medeiros lost because while he was sprawling, he jammed his thumb back and it not only dislocated but snapped, broke. He wanted to go on, so he told the ref, just put it back in, let me fight. And the ref was like, no, that thing's like touching your fucking wrist. So he showed it to the doctor. He said, "Hey, doc, just put it back in. I want to go out." And the doc said, "Well, it's not just dislocated. It's actually snapped, broken, so fight's over." So really sad about that. Phil Davis, kind of a one-sided beating. He won. And then Czech Congo with Roy Nelson. Roy Nelson was just in the dressing room going over that overhand. It was like, aren't you going to practice anything else? And then the bell rings. He just walks over right across the ring, throws the overhand, knocks Czech out, and the fight's over. So that's all he needed. That was a pretty quick fight. But then we got Bisping and Belcher. Kind of not a very exciting fight. Not that much action. They just kind of went back and forth. It's kind of, maybe their skills were so good they were nullifying each other. I don't know. But Belcher got poked in the eye, but it was actually a cut in his lower eyelid, so they stopped it. Um, so uh, that was that fight. Then get to the main event. John Jones just smashed Chael Sonnen in the first round. No real action there. Just dominated him. Took him down, pounded him, took him down, pounded him, and then just stopped him. But too bad Chael didn't know it at the time. But I don't know how Jones snapped his big toe, compound fracture, and it was bleeding and everything. So when they stopped the fight, he looked down at his toe, and there's no way he could have gone on. So if Chael lasted the rest of that round, which was 30 seconds left, he would have won the fight, but he didn't know it. So anyway, it was an interesting night. A lot of kind of weird stoppages with the broken thumb and the poked eyes and stuff like that. But all in all, it's good for the Pit. Pit elevated. Jason, myself, Steven Seiler, Ramsey was there. So anyway, it was a good night for us. What else going on? We got. I got to meet in the dressing room. This guy just started talking to me. I didn't know who he was. It's Marcus Luttrell, that famous war hero from the book The Lone Survivor. Now it's going to be a movie. What a nice guy. We talked for quite a while, and just a really nice, respectful guy. And it's kind of weird because I got to talk to him. Then the week before that, I got to actually meet, and for the first time, had some lengthy conversations with Brian Stan, another, great guy and a war hero. And I got my own war hero here. One of my really good friends from Arroyo Grande, Cody Elliott. So it's like, for some reason, I don't know why fate is bringing me in contact with all these heroes, but it makes me stronger. So I know that for sure. So it was great meeting Marcus. It was great meeting Brian Stan the week before in San Jose, and I always get to hang out with Cody. So I'm really lucky that way. Anyway, speaking of war heroes, just a quick thought. What if, just think of this, what if we didn't go invade anywhere? What if we just had our military to protect our shores, the United States, and we didn't go anywhere? We didn't invade innocent countries like Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Grenada. What if we just stayed here and used our military to protect our own people? Can you imagine how much our spending would go down? You imagine how many people wouldn't be needlessly murdered? How many people were murdered unnecessarily in Vietnam? Over 2 million Vietnamese we just went over there and slaughtered for no reason. Were they going to come over here and attack us? I don't think so. But we went over there. Why? Because the French asked us to? Were we really, honestly, was the United States really being threatened by Vietnam, the fucking size of Rhode Island? It's like, why did we go over there and just slaughter them? And in the process of slaughtering 2 million of their innocent people, about 60,000 of our brave soldiers died. And a good portion of them were drafted and forced to go over there. And if they didn't, they were fucking jailed. So basically, our fearless leaders told them, you have to go die in Vietnam, or we're going to put you in jail for treason. Can you imagine that? Why were we there? Can you give me a good reason? Why are we in Afghanistan droning the hell out of them and murdering them? It makes absolutely no fucking sense, and you won't be able to tell me because you don't know, because no one does. So that makes like Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan. Why are we droning the fuck out of innocent babies and mothers in Pakistan? Is that terrorism, or is there a good reason? Is it terrorism when we napalmed the shit out of Vietnam and killed all those poor guys like in their rice paddies carrying their babies on their back, and they just got killed by our napalm? Is that terrorism? Think about it. Okay, and then comment, like this, follow me, subscribe to me, and I'll talk to you later. All right.